Welcome to the Lose Your Big Ass Stomach podcast. I'm your host, Jay Jackson, and my mission here is to help you get rid of that big ass stomach and take back control of your health so that you can look and feel your best by being the best version of yourself, mentally and physically, while destroying the mediocre agenda society is trying to brainwash you into, and breaking our families' generational curses of being unhealthy by being a healthy and fit role model. It's time to set a new standard. It's time to set a new standard of living. If you find the podcast helpful, be sure to hit that follow button because that helps us build a movement. Let's go. Guys, one of the most common questions I get from a lot of people is, well, you know, I'm trying to lose this weight. I'm trying to lose my stomach, but I'm only eating one time a day and I'm still not losing no weight. Why my stomach not going down? All I'm doing is eating one time a day. And this is a pattern that I've seen for a couple of years now. People always ask me, well, if I'm only eating one time, why am I not losing weight? I'm not eating that much. And guys, the truth is, I'm about to tell y'all a story. We're about to go into story time. All right. Your boy Jay Jackson, I used to get picked on when I was in school, man. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I used to get picked on in school because I used to have this gap in my mouth. For the folks who are watching on Instagram, I had a gap in my teeth or whatever. And, back then we used to call it getting joned on, getting roasted. And some of these guys, those were my buddies, and so we used to be roasting each other. I used to be talking about how big they damn head was. And we used to just be roasting each other. But every now and then, they would say something about my teeth, and I'd be like, and stick with me on this story now. Stick with me. It's going somewhere. Every now and then I'd be like, ooh, that hurt. Yeah, I do wanna smile and feel proud. You know what I'm saying? I do wanna talk to people and show my teeth a little bit more. But then when we would be talking, it got to the point where I didn't wanna smile as much as I used to because of the jaw or whatever. And so I found myself decades, wanting to get my teeth on point. And as of today, guys, something that's been on my dream, my vision board for years, I went ahead and got Invisalign, all right? And so, I've been thinking about how is my eating patterns going to be or how they're going to change based on me having Invisalign. I'm going to have to pull these goddamn trays out my mouth and put them back in my mouth every other hour to eat a meal or eat a snack, right? And I've just come to realize I'm not going to eat as many meals. I'm going to cut it back to maybe two big meals a day and maybe one or two snacks, maybe two snacks, all right? Because I'm just not about to be taking these trays out and then brushing my teeth, putting them back in and cleaning the tray. It's too much. I ain't about to be doing all that, right? And so in this season of my life, I am going to cut back on how many meals I'm eating on a daily basis because I got the Invisalign. But I want to take y'all back. I want to take y'all back to illustrate a point. I used to do bodybuilding. And before I stepped on stage and did bodybuilding, I hired me a coach. I don't believe in just winging this shit. And I like, hell no. I don't want to waste no time. I don't want to be all on YouTube University trying to figure this stuff out and figure out my macros and how to train like a bodybuilder. So I went ahead and paid somebody to show me. And I was a trainer at this time. I went ahead and paid somebody to show me, hey, man, how do I need to be working out to get ripped? How do I need to be eating to get ripped up? You know what I'm saying? For bodybuilding. And so, I went on this journey. I did 2 shows, but one thing I remember when I was doing those 2 shows and preparing for the shows, I was eating like 6-7 meals a day. Like I got so tired of eating food, I got to the point where after I finished doing my shows, I didn't even want to eat that much no more. But I got so shredded, so lean. And every now and then, y'all might see it on my social media. I'll post like one of them old photos when I was standing on stage, ripped up. I was probably like 4% body fat back then. And I was eating all day long. I'm eating chicken, broccoli, rice, potatoes, and tilapia, and oatmeal, and I'm eating bread. And I'm like, man, I didn't even know you could eat these kind of foods and get this ripped. I didn't even know you could eat this many meals and get this ripped. I thought I was going to blow up. I thought I was going to get huge. I thought I was going to be like too big and not be able to be ripped. But I got more leaner, more ripped than I've ever been in my life, y'all. Like the first 3-4 weeks, I didn't see a whole lot of changes. But when I got to around about week 5, week 6, that's when your boy started getting cut up. And I was like, oh, what in the hell just happened? What did I do different? Like, I'm texting my coach. I'm like, hey, man, what didn't happen? He was like, it's compounded interest. Over time, it happens over time. So some of y'all, you be rushing it and you get frustrated and you on the right track, but you rush it and you fall off and you quit. And that's why it's important to have a coach. Because them first like 3-4 weeks, I was like, I don't really see no changes like that. Because I ain't have a lot of weight to lose and nothing like that. And so around week 5 and 6, I started seeing that definition coming in. And I'm like, man, I'm still doing the same things he had me doing in the first couple of weeks. Eating 6-7 meals a day, drinking protein shakes, you know what I'm saying? And it worked. Eating that amount of meals. And, you know, over the course of the past like year or so, I've been pretty standard. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, and I'll have me like 1 or 2 snacks, right? And so my lifestyle has changed based on the season of life that I'm in. And so I say all that to say, guys, you're going to have trainers who tell you, oh, you got to eat 5 meals a day. You got to eat 5 really small meals a day. Oh, you got to eat 1 meal a day. Oh, you got to do the fasting diet and eat no meals. Before I started the podcast, somebody asked me, what do you think about the 36-hour fast? I ain't doing that shit. Why would I not want to eat anything for 36 hours? If I'm hungry, if I want to eat. Now, if it's for maybe a religious reason, totally understand it. Because there are religious fasts that people tend to do. You know, you got like Ramadan and other things. And so, yeah, you got to fast for the religion. But when it comes to fat loss and weight loss and losing your stomach, losing that big old ass stomach, you looking down and you find you're like, damn, yeah, that. You want to lose that? It really does not matter how many meals you eat on a daily basis. What matters to drop body fat, all right? Stick with me because this, what I'm getting ready to share is very, very important. What matters the most is how much you're eating over the course of each 24 hours a day, all right? Each 24 hours on a weekly basis, you want to make sure that you're eating the right amount of calories to drop body fat. That doesn't matter if you're eating 1 meal, 2 meals, 3 meals, or 6 or 7 meals. It doesn't matter. Obviously, if you're eating 6 or 7 meals, those meals have to be smaller, right? Because you still have to stay within that certain calorie intake to drop body fat. But let's say, for example, you ain't got time to be cooking like that. I damn sure don't. Back when I did bodybuilding, I did. But now, man, shit. You ain't gonna see me being in the kitchen cooking all day and meal prepping 6-7 meals. I ain't doing it no more. I'm just way too busy. And so instead, I'd rather eat bigger meals, more satisfying meals, less frequently throughout the day, but still stay within a certain calorie intake. That way I stay lean and cut. And even if I want to lose weight, y'all, even if let's say I'm 30 pounds or 50 pounds overweight right now. Let's just say, as an example, I'm extremely busy. I'm still not going to want to eat 6-7 meals a day because I'm not going to have the time to. And so I'd rather eat those bigger meals. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, or maybe just have breakfast and lunch as brunch, right? Merge both of those meals and then have a dinner. Have 2 meals. You see what I'm saying? Because that's the lane that I'm going in, seeing that I have Invisalign now. I'm like, man, I'm not about to be cooking and taking out my trays and putting them back in and cleaning them and brushing my teeth and taking them out and that go get old real fast. And so, based on the season of life that I'm in now, I'm going to eat less meals. But I'm still going to make sure I'm eating a certain amount of food on a daily basis. That way I can stay lean, okay? Now, here's the other side of this, guys, which is very important. It's not just about being in a calorie deficit to lose weight. It's also about energy and stress management. Energy and stress management. And so if you know you have extremely long days, you wake up super early in the morning. Let's say you got to wake up at 4:30 in the morning. You're trying to go to the gym. You got to get your kids ready. You got to get your family ready. You got a lot of responsibilities. And so you have to get up early. But your day doesn't normally end until 9:30, maybe even 10 o'clock. Long day, right? And you have a very mentally demanding career, right? It requires a lot of your mental energy. You're going to have maybe not a lot of meals throughout the day, but you're going to have some like, I call them like energy buffers. And these are basically like snacks. You're still eating your main meals, your breakfast, lunch, dinner, but you have 1 or 2 snacks. Maybe one in the morning, maybe another one in the afternoon. Some of y'all be snacking all day and you wonder why you can't lose weight, because you're snacking your weight fat. But if you're structured and calculated with, say, 2 snacks a day, maximum 3 snacks a day, and you're intentional with what those snacks are, whether it's fresh fruit, you know, you get you a full 1 cup of fresh fruit, mixed fruit maybe some yogurt. You see what I'm saying? Snacks that are gonna bring you energy, aka value. Okay, when you have more energy, that means you can produce more, you can think more sharp and efficiently. Versus if I'm snacking on chips and trail mix and shit, I'm gonna be feeling tired, trying to get through the whole day. Damn, boy, I can't wait. What time it is? Damn, still got 3 more hours, man. I'm hungry, I'm tired. But if you eat the right types of snacks, you have energy. If you eat the right balance of meals throughout the day, meals and snacks throughout the day, you're able to have energy throughout the entire day versus saying to yourself in the late morning, you tired. In the early afternoon, you got brain fog. You're like, damn, man, why do I always have brain fog? Why does this always happen? It is 1, the type of food that you're eating, but 2, how frequently are you eating throughout the day? And are you eating enough? Like some of y'all, you find yourself starving by the time dinner come around because you're not eating enough throughout the day. And so maybe that lunch, or if you go make it brunch, you need that meal to actually be a little bit bigger. And so that way, by the time you eat dinner, you're not feeling hungry as hell. You don't feel the need to have to eat sweets and drink sodas and drink juice. You crave that type of stuff because you have to be starving yourself by the time you get to dinner. But if you have a balanced nutrition regimen where you're eating the right amount of food each meal, it's going to help you balance out your energy. It's going to help you balance out your blood sugar. Like a lot of y'all who be starving, and sometimes you really don't even be starving, your blood sugar just didn't drop because you're not eating the right types of food and you're not eating the right amounts of food. This is why that happens. But once the way I like to put it, you develop a healthy relationship with food. You develop a healthy relationship with eating. This shit is important. The same way y'all be out here trying to get to the bag, and you know you want that bank account to be healthy, right? You want them pockets to be healthy. Well, if you want that to be healthy, if you want your body to be healthy, you got to do the same shit. You got to be like, okay, well, what types of food do I need to eat to make sure I got energy? How much do I need to eat to make sure I have energy throughout the day, but not eating so much to the point where I can't even lose no weight? Because if you gaining more and more weight, that's going to sabotage your energy. Imagine walking around every day with an extra 30, 50, or 100-pound book bag on your back. Just think about that. You're going to be tired as hell because you're carrying around the extra 30, 50, or 100 pounds. So yes, you're going to be feeling like, boy, man, I ain't got no energy, man. I need to eat something. I need to drink something. And then the cycle continues. But if your ass lost some weight, if you start managing the type of food and the quality of foods that you eat, it's going to give you more energy. And while you're dropping weight from eating that way, you're going to have even more energy. This is one of the number one things most of my clients, the first 1, 2, maybe 3, the first 2 to 3 weeks of them joining my coaching program. Man, Coach, I got so much more energy, man. Man, I'm already feeling a little leaner, but man, I got so much. Well, I'm wearing my girl out, boy. Man, Coach, my girl can't keep her hands off of it. Man, I can't wait to see what my life will be like 3 to 6 months from now. This is what happened when you start tightening up your nutrition. This is why I talk so much about it. And y'all don't see me just posting, do 15 sit-ups videos on social media. Do this ab exercise routine. Because you can do all the ab workouts your ass want to. But if you're not going to eat properly, if you're not going to build a healthy relationship with food, your abs just going to get strong as hell. But you still going to have all that big old ass stomach covering up all the muscle. It's going to be covering it up, man. And you going to be like, damn, man, I'm putting in all this time and effort, and I still got this big old ass, I still got this stomach, man, I just want to get rid of it. I know some of y'all working hard. And the truth is, you could be doing your best right now. But I say this all the time. Doing your best does not mean you're going to get the results. You have to do what's required. And to be able to lose your stomach, to be able to lose the man boobs, to be able to get healthy so you're not worried and stressing about your health and your appearance. Guys, you have to make your nutrition a priority. It's no perfect, you have to eat this amount of food, these amount of meals. Based on what season of life you're in, some seasons you may find yourself eating 2 meals a day. Other seasons you may find yourself eating a balanced 3 meals a day. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Some seasons you might do the OMAD diet. You just got to know what season of life you're in, but also being aware of how much you need to eat and break that up into how many meals you're going to eat. So let's say you got to eat 2,000 calories a day to drop weight, right? Well, let's make it even more simple. Let's say you got to eat 1,500 calories to drop weight, and you're going to eat 3 meals a day. In a perfect world, you can make all 3 of those meals 500 calories each. All right? That's how you can divide it up. Let's say you're eating 2,000 calories a day, and you just go eat 2 meals a day, right? You can make sure you can have both of those meals be 1,000 calories each. That's how you can do it. All right? Or you can make both of them like 750 calories, and then you have 2 snacks throughout the day that equal out to be 500. You just divide it up based on how many meals you want to eat, but you got to make sure you're not overeating. Okay? And so just want to share this with y'all, man. This is very important, not just for fat loss, but also just energy management, stress management, because if you hungry as hell, you starving, that's going to increase your stress. And you go be like, man, I just got to put something in my stomach right now. Man, I'm hungry as hell. Now, I ain't trying to eat none of that healthy shit Coach J talking about. I want me a honey bun. I want me a burger. I'm going to Chick-fil-A today. But if you plan it out, be intentional, plan this stuff out. If you just leaving it up to chance and meandering through life and just hoping that it's going to happen, it's not going to happen. You pray all you want to, which I recommend your ass pray. But if you're not going to put action behind them prayers by saying to yourself, okay, well, let me go ahead and build out a calendar. What time I'm going to be eating my meals? What time I go cook my meals? Or am I go prep my meals? How many meals do I realistically want to eat on a daily basis? Do I want to eat 3? Do I want to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Do I want to have maybe 1 or 2 snacks throughout the day? Or are you like me? You like, man, I ain't got time right now. I don't even want to cook no breakfast. I can go without breakfast. I can just drink me a coffee, drink some water, and maybe some fruit, and do brunch and a dinner. Like, this game is all about self-awareness. Knowing, okay, what works best for me. Like, just think about, where do you feel resistance in your life? Like, if you know when you wake up, you're like, man, I don't even have time to cook. I don't even want to watch no dishes when I get up. I don't want to do none of that. Well, might not need to eat breakfast. Because you don't have to eat breakfast. You could fast. Or, if you know you prefer to eat breakfast, cool. Wake up, eat breakfast. And then you have lunch, and then you have dinner. All right? And maybe 1 or 2 snacks up in there somewhere. I have a method called the 3-2-1 diet. 3 meals, breakfast, lunch, dinner, 2 snacks on a daily basis, and 1 cheat meal a week. Not one cheat weekend. A lot of y'all be having cheat weekends, celebrating being fat on the weekend, wondering why you step on the scale on Monday. You be like, damn, the weight went up. Is it water weight? Did I get fat? Did I gain 5 pounds of fat? Man, I can't do this. Man, it's not in my genetics. No, that ain't it, man. All right, so you got to have more structure. How many cheat meals are you going to have? It can't be cheat days. All right, have structure. Not just how many meals you eat on a daily basis, but how often are you eating out on a weekly basis? How often are you drinking alcohol on a weekly basis? How often are you eating cheat meals on a weekly basis? All these things are very important, okay? But so these are what you call habits. Where you are right now, the body you have, the energy or lack of energy, the libido or lack of libido, and testosterone is based on the habits that you've had up to this point, the habits and the routines. And so now the amount of meals that you eat on a daily basis is part of your habits and routines, guys. All right? If you want your body to change, you want to have more energy, you want to feel more confident the way your body looks, you want to feel proud about how your clothes fit and When you take them clothes off, that start changing them habits. All right. This is one of the reasons why, myself included, I get a coach. So I ain't got to think about this shit. I got way too many other things to think about. Give me the game plan so I can run the play. And if I got questions, I ask you questions. Like in a couple of hours, I'm going to be jumping on a call with my coach and all the other members. And I got questions, I'm like, hey, what do you do right here? Do this. I bet. I'll talk to you next week. That's how coaching work, man. And then you have other people. You know, I don't know if I want to spend all that. And you go months, if not years, going through the same problems. Like, damn, when you go have some new problems, don't keep going through. My bad, y'all. Somebody tried to call. But hopefully y'all can still hear me. Let me know if you can hear me now. Sorry, everybody who listening on the podcast, because I'm not gonna edit this shit. I'm not about to edit. I'm gonna keep this shit going. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Somebody comment real quick before I keep it going. I see somebody said, turn up your volume up, please. Somebody comment yes if you can hear me. I'm brave soul. Jesus. All right, bet. Appreciate you, MGJ. MGJ, that's what I'm talking about. Appreciate you. All right. But that's the biggest thing, y'all. It's your habits, man. All this shit is based on habits and routine. It don't care about how you feel. Like even the business and organization that I'm creating, you know, the brand that I'm creating, it don't care about how I feel. Like, if I don't show up and do podcasts, if I don't show up and post on a daily basis, it ain't gonna be a business after so long. It's not gonna be here. Because there's habits and routines that I must have to be able to keep the business thriving. And so even if you don't have a business, that's totally fine. Your body is a business. You are the CEO of your body. And so what type of systems and routines are you going to have in your life? I want y'all to think about this. When you think about big companies, what do they call big companies? They call them organizations. That's a big organization, right? And in business, you have organizations of systems. You have to have organized systems to grow businesses. It can't just be all over the damn place. Same thing with your body and your health. You have to have systems, organized habits and routines that you live by. If you want to have energy, if you want to have a great sex life, if you want to be confident with how your body looks in your clothing when you take your clothes off, what are the habits? What are the habits and routines that you're going to organize into your life so that way you can have those things? Because that lack of organization, that lack of structure is what's causing people to have the high blood pressure, the type 2 diabetes, the sleep apnea, the erectile dysfunction, the heart disease. This happens because there's a lack of organization with the habits and routines you need to have in your life. All right? And so with that said, hopefully y'all found this helpful. Just think about that. What's going to be the organized structure that you put into your eating routine? 2 meals a day, 3 meals a day, 3 meals a day and 2 snacks, maybe 1 snack. You see what I'm saying? Start thinking about those things, all right? And if you need some help with it, shoot me a message on Instagram. Message me the words fat loss, and we'll have a quick combo to see if I can help you out. All right? We out of here. Let's get it. Yo, appreciate you for tapping in and listening to the podcast episode today. Hopefully you found it valuable. And if you did and you want to learn more about how I can help you lose the big ass stomach, transform your body, and get your health on point, DM me real results over on Instagram at JJacksonOfficial for more information. And I'll reach back out to you to do what I can to help you hit those health and fitness goals. Let's get it.